Yo, what up, man?
Boss man, how are you?
Chilling was good.
Man, not much. Sorry, I knew it probably was like where where to go on here. You doing all right tonight, man?
Yeah, I'm good in my office, chilling and shit. What's going on?
Man, not much running out the office. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
finished.
running. I'm in the office.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what's up, man. First and foremost, I want to thank you for taking the time to join me and tap in with me and everybody that's tuned in. I've been doing this thing for a couple months now. It's Crown Talk. So what it became was it was a platform. It was my way of just like the conversations that I'm able to have with dope individuals like you. I have some of the most legendary conversations with guys like you, and give a lot of very inspirational advice and just content and you know explain things that the people who are just trying to make it and just don't really know a lot about the mysterious world of the music industry, be wondering where to go, what to know about it. And so I started using my platform with Instagram just as a way of just allowing myself to bring people like yourself to the forefront and just be able to be have these conversations and leave people inspired by the things that the life that everything that y'all have experienced have been able to share. So first and foremost, I just want to thank you for joining us for that.
That's all good, man. Well, I think we met with Quad like 6 years ago.
It was
That?
yeah, it was 2016.
Yeah, 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, with Joey.
Yeah,
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 Joey, young Joey. Yeah, facts.
yeah. How long have you been in it? I know that there's been in music and then been in the
I
industry.
mean, I've been doing this music shit since 2010 when I got out of college and shit. I started with a
Mhm.
production company called D&D Productions. Me and my partner David, we both played college ball together, and I had a crazy job working at Chase Corporate Security. But ain't
Mhm.
nobody fucking. I mean, I can curse on your platform. But that's cool.
Yeah, we not. That's why we
I'm just, I
we
mean,
we
it's like
live. We all the way live.
respect. So look, I was working at Chase Corporate Security. Nobody's robbing that building, so I just go to work and just do nothing. So I used to just be like, I ain't go to school just to come and sit here and do nothing. So we started our production company, and we started giving interviews to people who do anything like entertainment wise. You could have been a stripper, a violinist, a saxophone player, a rapper, or R&B singer, whatever you did. We try to give you a platform.
Mhm.
Fast forward, it caught wind, and there was an event. This is 50 at the Hall of Fame Studios in Queens, and DJ Love De Niro was doing an event with Fred the Godson, rest in peace.
First and peace,
Um,
Scott.
I met Ox Elgang, who just came home, was on there. Joker and Frenchie from Brick Squad happened to come through. So Love De
Mhm.
Niro was like, "Yo, what you doing after this event, bro?" Because we was doing like the behind the scenes and stuff for it. I'm like, "I ain't doing nothing." He's like, "All right, come to the studio." Walking them flew to town. Young Joey's here. Woo the Kid, Frenchie come to the studio. You can do like behind the scenes interviews, and you can record them and give them interviews and behind the scenes and whatever. I said, "All right, cool." So we went. Fast forward, I got cool with Frenchie that weekend. They was going to do a show in Pittsburgh, and he
Mhm.
was like, "Yo, y'all want to come and do behind the scenes?" So me and my cousin, who was the photographer portion of our company, I'm sorry, the videographer, he was like, "Yo, let's go." So we ended up going to Pittsburgh. I seen like how the business was running. So I'm like, "Yo, Frenchie, who's handling your business?" He's like, "I don't really have nobody." I said, "Let me do it." He said, "What you know about it?" I said, "I don't really know too much, but I just know my personality. I'm organized and I'm smart. I can try it." He said, "All
Mhm.
right, cool." Never looked back since. So 2010, 11, I started with Brick Squad, doing the whole French situation. Then I got with Young Joey. And then from there, fast forward to 2016, fast forward to 2015, I got a group in New York called 821. They had one of the biggest songs in New York called Lobby. It was 2 Milli with Millie Rock, and it was 821 from Queens, 40 Projects. They had the Lobby song. So
Mhm.
from there, I kind of said, okay, I'm gonna transition. So my man C's, my man Suge, and my man June, they was like, yo, always telling me, yo, fuck, why don't you fuck with producers? Fuck with producers or writers and stuff. I'm like, why? What the fuck do they do? You know what I'm saying? I'm being ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Knowing, all right, cool. I ended up getting the Panda producer in 2015, going to 2016. And then from Panda, I got Ricky Rax, who did Young Thug, Best Friend. Then I got D Stacks, who did all the A Boogie's records from My Shit to Friend Zone to Jungle. And from there, November 2016, I was on Twitter. I met Taz Taylor. He was arguing with the producer Ninth Wonder on Twitter about some whole other shit. And we ended up talking on the phone for like 5, 6 hours that same night, and I never looked back since. So that's how I got introduced to the music business 10 years ago, from Brick Squad to where I'm at now with Internet Money.
That's crazy. When you say Panda, are you talking about designers Panda?
Talking about this panda right here, panda right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Damn. So that was the first big break. That was the first big
I mean,
record
I'm gonna say my
on the
first
producer.
big break was Brick Squad because nothing was bigger than Brick Squad. So that's my first big break. I'm Brick Squad for life. Shout out Walker,
Flocka.
Frenchie, Joey, Woo the Kid. Like that's my family. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first big break. If I'm not talking about numbers as far as like big impact, I was Brick Squad. I had the bird on my neck. Like that's my first big impact.
Yeah.
But on the musical level tip, 821 because a lot of major labels was trying to get them. You know, 50 came to their neighborhood looking for them. We went. We 50 took us to Miami. We was on tour with Mayweather, 50 Cent. So that was another big break.
Mm-hmm.
But 2016 accolades you put on the table was the Panda producer going #1 and getting him a multi-million-dollar publishing deal with Tim Blacksmith in the UK. So that was my first big break with accolades on paper. But my first big break, I'm never gonna take that away from my life and my career, was Brick Squad.
Did you ever feel like it was hard before you had the rap sheet, before you had all the accolades and everything, trying to get people to believe in you? You know, was that ever
That even with Frenchie, right? That's my man for life. When I first wanted to manage it, he was like, you just be my road manager. Because, I had no experience. I played ball my whole life. And, I was outside doing whatever I was doing. So I didn't grow up with a family background of music. And, I'm Caribbean, I'm Haitian. So it's go to school, be a lawyer, doctor, or go get a 9-to-5 job, and that's it. So, yeah, it was very hard in the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing. There's no book for dummies or there's no how to be a manager for dummies. Like, I didn't know nothing. I just knew I was organized, I was smart, and I was a hustler and a go-getter. So I put all that together, and I just did what I did. So, yeah, it was very hard. And every door was slammed. People wouldn't believe me. I used to tell people certain things, even some of my clients, I'll be honest. And I was like, yo, I think we should do this and do that. But I didn't come with no accolades. So sometimes they're like, you know what you're talking about, or this person saying do other, so let's try this. So, yeah, it was very hard. I'm not going to sit and act like it wasn't. It was very hard.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like you're at a place now where it's like, okay, now people see me for who I am and what I've been trying to tell them all along, or do you still feel like there's still levels to even where you're at? You're trying to break down doors.
I'm definitely a power player, and people respect my shit now. But there's always levels to grow. I mean, I'm a student in this game, so I'm never going to be the master of this shit. It is what it is. So there's definitely more levels to go, and I love to learn, and I learn every day from my peers, from my clients, from my lawyers, from everybody that's a part of our situation, my situation. So I still learn. So yes, there's still a lot of more levels to go.
Management.
What do you? I see you talking again, shit, man. What's up, Joker?
Our Joker's in. What do you find? What is a more challenging task to you, managing artists or managing producers?
All right, so managing artists, because I'm gonna be honest, and there's a lot of artists in the chat too. They might not like what I'm saying, but artists are divas, man. It's like having another child because their problems become your problems, and that's for good managers who don't just care about the money, who actually care about the talent. Like I care about the people I manage. Like my kids know their children, and their problems are my problems because we become a real brother. It's not just we made money to the eye. I'll see you next week, make more money. Nah, it's a real relationship. Producers, it's easy unless you got superstar clients. Like I got superstar producers. So they're like artists also. So, some of them come with needs and they're like divas also. You know what I'm saying? So it goes hand in hand. But managing producers is a little bit easier than artists just because you don't have to deal with, producers don't have to do shows and they don't have to strip ears so in everybody's light all day long. So some of them things tend to balance out to make an artist harder than a producer. But since I got big ass producers, superstar guys, it's just as hard. You know what I'm saying? Just as hard. My opinion.
It's just as hard. But you picked them up before they got to superstar production level, huh?
Before In the Money was who everybody loves now. Because because shout out to Mike Will, Young Joey was signed still signed to Eardrummers with Mike Will. They came up together. I see what he did with Eardrummers. Shout out to Southside in London on the track. I came up with Brick Squad. I was in the basements of Southside when he was cooking up the beats. Shout out to Lex Luger. I know these people. I seen how they did it with their producers and how they signed producers and took it to the top. So if Mike Will took the jet, Southside took the yacht, I might have took the car, but we all made it to LA at the end of the day. Mike Will probably got there in 6 hours. Southside got there in 1 day. I got there in a week. But at the end of the day, we were all there. So I watched what they did, and I seen the steps that they took, and I didn't make some of them same mistakes, and I learned a lot from, like I said, Mike Will signing Eardrummers artists. Taz, In the Money, signing other producers. So Taz can't be in every room, but you send out your other producers to be in other rooms, and it fills the gaps. And that's one thing I learned from Mike Wu and Idrums, because I've seen how Mike might have been in one room and he had A plus in another room, or he had this producer, that producer, and it just made sense because it's all one collective, moved as one unit, and just became a big ass brand. So I've seen that with Internet Money. And Taz will attest, he'll tell you, there's certain things I'm like, yo, you can do this, you can do that, and he'll tell you, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Nobody fucks with me, or I might not be good enough. I'm like, nah, fuck all that shit. I've seen it done with others. We can do the same thing. And 5 years later, by the grace of God, look where we at. And I'm doing the interview with you because of some of them accolades. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is like the biggest challenge when it comes to like getting a record placed with an artist?
I'm glad you asked that question, right? That's one of my favorite topics. Most producers chase the big dogs. Like, you're chasing Jay-Z, you're chasing Future, you're chasing Meek Mill. They've been in the game for so long, or they already have their certain producers and sounds they like. I tell producers, and this is one thing Internet Money's great at and big at, we go for the people nobody cares about. No followers, no following. People think you're the wackest in the world. That's who we attack. Like, with Little Tecca, some of his biggest records come from Internet Money. Internet Money signed him, believed in him early, worked with him. Trevor Daniels had one of the biggest records during the pandemic, the Falling record. We signed him. That was one of the first singles that Taz and KC Supreme and the rest of the guys believed in. We put out. Nobody believed it was going to be success. Boom. What happens a few years later? Becomes #1 on Top 40 radio. It's like 5 times platinum now, some crazy number. We like working with the guys who are the underdogs because they tend to grow with you. Look at Juice WRLD and Nick Mirror and Side Piece.
Right.
Side Piece and Nick Mirror managed them, the two producers in their money. They found, I'm not going to say they found Juice WRLD, but they came up with Juice WRLD from the beginning. They had their group chats and they spoke with each other, built ideas, went around each other for all type of things. And that sound and that music, especially because they really did it together. Juice WRLD wasn't who he is now, rest in peace. Nick Mirror and Side Piece weren't who they are either, but they believed in each other, and the sound blew up, the artist blew up, the producer blew up, and all went together. So instead of chasing these big dogs who don't care about you, who are not really going to take you serious, I'm sorry, my phone's going off, who's not going to take you serious, you go for the underdogs, and you build with them, and this makes the relationship better. Like, it's good to have the organic vibes and the bonds, because at the end of the day, we don't know how people are. People act. People, they're on their hierarchies and shit. They act like divas, and they don't give a fuck. So go with the underdogs and build with them. If they grow and if they official and stand up man or woman, they're going to go with you, and it just makes the story better at the end of the day.
How big of a team do you have? And when in terms of like the staff, not the producers, but just like,
you want to know the truth?
Yes.
It's just me. I don't have no assistants. It's just me. And the reason I'm not acting like I'm some super top-notch manager, it's just me because I promise you, nobody's gonna work as hard as me, nobody's gonna be as prompt as me, and nobody's gonna get the work done on at a timely manner. And I take pride in that because I play ball, right? So when I play basketball, you know,
what position? Side note, what position?
I play small forward, powerful, because I'm kind of tall. You know what I'm saying? I can get rebounds. I'm pretty good at it. But I mean, basketball's over. It's the music now.
Yeah. No, I asked that question because I'm from the South, so you know, sports is always a.
Listen, after this over, we can set up and play. But now, but fast forward, it's just me. I play ball, so you have to remember plays and you have to run a team and be part of a team. So I think that's just something in my same life. Basketball practice, my coach used to always tell me, right? Coach Jackson, he used to tell me, if practice starts at 3:30 and you're there at 3:20, you're late.
You're late.
You know what I'm saying? I just know what the fuck you talking about. But the older I get, if practice at 3:30, I'm there at 3 o'clock because you never know. It might be a fire drill. It might be water leak in the gym. It might be something. So you got to be there early to be over prepared. So I do the same thing with my music career, me being a manager or the executive or CEO, whatever you want to call it. So I use that with music, and I feel like a lot of people say they want to be about it and talk about it, but they're not going to do it. So I can't put my clients' careers at risk by having other people doing like things that I know I can do, even if it might take me to be in my office another hour, or if I got to get up an hour earlier. Because at the end of the day, I know the job's going to get done. It's going to get done well. I'm not saying don't have assistants or don't have a staff, because to each his own. And I'm going to get that eventually, because I'm going to have the TD's workload taken away from me. But as of right now, since I started, no assistant. It's just me. And that everybody who knows me, they know it's just me. And they tell me, Bird, get an assistant. Oh, Bird, do this. I'm like, I don't need it right now. Like, and people get assistance sometimes just so they can feel like more empowered, or, yo, do this for me, do that for me. My clients need a flight booked, I'll book the flight. My clients need studio book, I'll book the studio, or I'll give it to the A&Rs or something to do it. But I'm not too big to do nothing because statistically, I'm not supposed to be here. Statistically, I'm not supposed to be managing these superstar clients. I'm not supposed to be in the position I'm at. I'm just being honest. So God blessed me to be in a position, so I'm not gonna fuck it up. I get paid well. My son lives a great life. My mother's good. My family's great. I can't fuck it up. And God put me in a position to change their lives and be here to be the scapegoat for my family. So who am I to fuck that up?
Do you ever have any is it ever a challenge to balance work life and home life
Yeah,
time wise?
sometimes, like your lady wants your time, or sometimes you might not be with your son at a certain time, whatever. But it pays off at the end because they know what I'm doing it for. I'm not just bullshitting or fucking around. I'm actually doing work and doing something productive. So they be all right. When the gifts come, they'll be all right.
Right. But from an artist's perspective, or someone who feels like they're at ground zero, and they see the
Chris,
Taz.
your podcast. Shout out Chris. What's up, June?
Shout out to everybody tuned in too.
Yeah,
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Everybody, shout out to you guys.
For the little guy who feels like he sees the big superstars and he feels like he's
What's up,
he's a.
What's up, Taz?
Shout out to Taz, man. Thank you for tuning in. We were just talking about you. Speaking of Taz, for the little guys who see Taz Taylor and it's like, man, one day I'd like to work with Taz, or I'd like to work with Nick, you know what I'm saying, or any of these guys. What advice, or what, if they feel like they're at ground zero and they don't feel like they have the numbers or the accolades or enough behind them, what does it take for them to raise the level to get to be noticed or catch the attention of a Taz? Or is it just as simple as reaching out and shooting them a DM?
All right, so look, it is as simple as shooting a DM. Taz is let's just say the internet money. These guys and girls and they're on the internet all day long. Same again, they might not read all of them, but whenever the work is put in front of you, people are gonna find you. Whoever's looking for you is gonna find you. Whoever you want to find you will find you. Not because you look good, you smell good, you got a lot of followers, and your beats are good, because they see the hard work you have putting in. So you want the attention of Taz, Nick, or JR, KC, E-True, Farrell Vice, MJ, whoever on the team, Cody, put the work in. I promise you, they'll see it, they'll reach out, somebody on the team will reach out, or they might just find you themselves. Just put the work in. Don't chase anybody. Let them chase you, because when you do the chasing, the opportunity at the end of that conversation is probably not what you're expecting or what you want. When you put the work in and just focus and just figure out what you want to do and get to where you want to get to, I promise everything you're looking for is going to come. But that's the problem. People don't want to put the work in. They just want to tweet all day and get mad because somebody didn't see what they were talking about, or see them on social media because they put their hand out or some shit. Just put the work. Just sit down, relax, put the work in, and whatever's going to happen for you is going to happen. It's already written, man. It is what it is. Just put the work in. People, they run away from the work. Like, that's the most important part, the work. People want to see the work you put in. They want to know, okay, can I invest in this person? Is this person trustworthy? Are they a hard worker? Or are they just bullshitting me? So put the work in, and I promise you, Taz, Nick, you, me, whoever's supposed to find you will find you. Period.
Do you feel like the industry today, or as far as the sound of music, and you're with the guys who are cultivating the future sound of music, do you feel as long as you've been in the industry and you've seen the sound change, the way that it has changed, do you feel that there are elements of old school that are coming back to the new school range? Like, do you feel like it'll circulate, everything comes full circle, or do you feel like it's just gonna keep moving in a world that's just different and brand new?
I mean, we're about to get into this metaverse, so I mean, I hope everybody knows everything's gonna be brand new. But everything's always the same. The sun, all the sun does is does this. So everything that was done in the 70s is gonna be done in the 80s, done in the 90s and 2000s. It's just gonna have a different look. Like, Mercedes-Benz had an S-Class for God knows how long. All they do is change the body, but the name of the car is still the same. Nothing really changes. It just comes in a different form. And it's up to us to adapt. That's why people like Jay-Z or Kanye, they're still around, because they adapt. Embrace the younger culture. Like, I'm 34 years old. My son is 13. He calls me a dinosaur. And I'm like, damn, I'm not even that old, but he's the younger culture. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to say, fuck what y'all got going on. I don't care about y'all music. It's whack. Nah, I'm going to embrace it and accept it, because it's what's happening right now. My time came and went. It's a new time. It's gonna be a new time after that, and after that, and after that. Embrace it. Don't run away from it. Figure out how you can become a part of it and how you can make it make sense for yourself. But don't disrespect it and don't play it or don't throw it to the backside. Accept it, figure it out, make it make sense for you, and keep it moving.
Jay-Z, let's see, Jay-Z, Rick Ross, a lot of those guys, they blew up in what, their late 30s? It's like mid 30s, right?
Yes, around that age.
Do you still feel age plays a big factor in this, or is it really come down to like the ability of the artist and the talent?
Back in the days, I would say they like the younger guys, but the way the internet is going now, it might be a 50-year-old guy next week that blows up on TikTok. Look at that old man on TikTok. There was a song playing. He was on a skateboard drinking that juice. I don't remember his name.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure he didn't know he was going to go viral on TikTok. I'm not saying he's an artist, but he's an older person. They don't really use TikToks or social media. I don't think he knew he was going to go viral on TikTok.
Dude from LA, he like out in LA, right?
Yes, yeah, him. Age plays no more factor. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You could be 45 years old and make a song, and tomorrow it happens to blow up on TikTok. You might get a deal. You're 45. You could be 15 years old and make a song and blows up on TikTok. So there's no real saying, oh, but I know people like to say, oh, we want the younger artists and stuff so they can have a longer-lasting career. But the way the game is going now, people have one-hit wonders or people get careers. You can't put an age because you just never know. Like in life, that's the beauty about life. You never know. I might go outside today and I don't know, it might see a bag of gold on the floor. Who knows? You never know. You just never know. So age, I'm not going to put that, say, oh, you got to be this age or that age. I know they like the younger people, but you just never know. So whoever's 20, 30, or 40, or 10, or whatever you want to do, if you believe, like I said, put the work in and just go for that shit, man. Don't listen to the fucking organized noise. Saying, well, you too old or you too young, or that's just noise, man. Kill that shit.
Yeah, because I mean, I talk to kids all the time who not even just kids, but like older adults who they still believe in what they're doing, and a lot of them, we're in the era that we're in. It's so easy to succumb to the pressures of feeling like you hear this voice and that voice, and this person telling you one thing and that person telling you another thing, and feeling like you don't know which direction to go or if you should continue with. So
it's not always about being an artist. Every artist is not going to make it, right? But if you get from point A to point B, maybe to even point C, you're more successful than you were when you started. Then you can pivot, maybe sign producers, sign artists. Maybe they blow up, but now your company blows up. So now you're still in the limelight. Let me give you an example. Little Bibby, he came out with the whole drill scene, 2011, 12, 13, this with the whole Chief Keefs and the A-Mine Chicago. He was doing his thing. I think he made double XL, if I'm not mistaken. He could rap his ass off. He was on his way. Fast forward a few years later, he signed Juice WRLD. Became one of the biggest artists in the world. People don't even talk about Lil Bibby's raps, not even knowing my man could really rap, and he was doing a thing. But now he's the CEO. He probably 10x the money he made rapping being a CEO. It's not always about just being a rapper, Take advantage of other avenues. Kanye, fashion, and clothing lines, partnerships with Gap, all type of stuff. Yes, he used the music as a stepping stone, so, use it as a stepping stone. But try other things, too. You don't always got to stay in the same realm and say, oh, I'm a rapper. Figure out other things. You just never know. The rap as a way to get you from point A to B, and maybe the thing that gets you to Z might not be the bars or the vocals or the songs, but other things in the music that can help you proceed. Like I said, creating a company, signing an artist, signing producers. My man Jelly Man, he's from the Bronx. He signed, I know he had K-Flock and B-Love. I know he has B-Love now.
B-Love.
Fire. Jelly Man was an artist. Took a step back, trying to figure things out. Got some artists. Now he has B-Love. Signed a major deal, one of the biggest artists in New York. Now he's still in the same limelight, but now he's on the executive side instead of the artist side. But he's still in the same business, just in the chair. He's still getting paid at the end of the day. Ain't that the name of the game? To get paid, right? It's not a hobby. So
that's dope. That's super dope. That's super dope. So where do you go from here? I mean, you got the producers game on lock. Do you look for artists, or do you just wait for artists to just come to just find themselves to you?
It's about me. The artist shit is like, it's a headache to me, man. I mean, I'm gonna sign, and Taz always tells me all the time, yo, Bird, when you gonna sign an artist, man, you gotta sign an artist. You always tell us to do it. I'm gonna sign an artist one day, But I'm gonna be honest, when something's not broken, don't try to fix it. Internet money's doing its thing. It's a lot of in there. I have other guys who I'm trying to bring from the T3 level into the T2 or the T1. So I'm focused on my guys. I'm just being honest. I'm not being selfish. Not taking advantage of my own personal self, but my guys are doing their thing. So we have a lot more work to do. So I'm not trying to put my hands in too many pots and not be a disservice to my clients, which people might say, "Oh, you're being selfish to yourself." But we got a lot of things going on, and I know where our future's going. So I'm focused on popping off my guys to the best of our ability, and then I'm gonna double back. And even on my way, I might do it now, but I'm gonna sign the artists. I'm not really doing the artist management unless it really makes sense to me. But I have enough guys to manage now. If I want to manage somebody else, I'll just focus on more of my guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at next. But I also want to get into a building, and not just get into a building as A&R and shit. I want to get into a building and change the narrative of these record labels with the virus of somebody who looks and talks and from the same neighborhoods as some of these artists. So I can go to Baton Rouge. I'm from Jamaica, Queens. I can go to Jamaica, Queens. I can go to Little Haiti in Miami. I can go to Compton, and I'm not going to be afraid to speak to the artist or pull up to their house or be in their neighborhood or chill on the block. Not saying, oh, I'm some gangster or nothing like that. But I understand where I come from. I've been there, done that a million times. I can relate to you. I look like you. I want to give people the confidence to know it's okay to pull up to these neighborhoods with these guys. They don't have to come meet you in these fancy hotels in Beverly Hills or meet you at your yacht or at your fucking your mansion or whatever. I'm going to them to show them I really care. I know where you come from. I really want to help you. So that's what I want to do as I get older. I want to put my virus of me being who I am and knowing what I know into the building, because I can talk to these artists. I know they're big homies. You gang banging, all my friends do the same thing. You play with guns, who doesn't? You do this, who doesn't know people do that? But I'm going to teach you, man, put that shit away, man. You don't need to do that. That shit is whack, man. The first time I got locked up, I was 15 years old. I told myself, man, I'm never getting locked up again. This shit is not cool. That ain't the way. You guys make real money. Some of you guys make crazy money, like more money than you could even imagine. And you don't got people in your corner saying, yo, but that shit is whack, man. Why you got the guns in the car? Get a security guard. Man, don't ride around the car with no drugs. That shit is corny. You're going to go to jail. You don't need to be. I mean, I know certain situations is out of everybody's hands where, you know, it's a lot of beef and shit, but I'm going to tell them steer away from that shit. Like, take your money and don't spend it on drugs and dumb shit. Like, put your money in stocks and put it away for a future. You have children. Get like 529 college plans for your kids and go buy a house and invest in real estate and buy some crypto or some shit like that, so your money starts working for you, making real money, where when the rap shit is done, because it doesn't last forever, you still sitting and you're not going back to work at Walmart or broke or robbing the next person and going back to jail. Like, that's the shit I want to be on to teach them. Because like I said, I'm from where they're from. I'm from New York City, born and raised, Jamaica, Queens. I'm going to rep it to the day I die. It is what it is. There's nothing you're going to tell me that I haven't seen, I haven't done myself or been a part of. But I want to teach the young guys, that shit is whack, man. That shit ain't it's not cool. You want to do other and live life and, you know, fly to different places, get on planes, fly in first class, you know, drink the best juices, eat the best fruits, go to the best countries, sitting on the beach with the sun shining on you. To me, that's gangster. Being on the block, that shit don't do nothing for you. I mean, I've been there a million times. Police and raided us. I got arrested. That shit is not the way. So that's what I want to teach them. So I want to get into a building where I can really relate to the younger generation with shit like that.
Is it more important to get into the building versus building the building?
Yes, because when you build a building, you're still an independent contractor. See what I'm saying? So you need to. The best way for cancer to spread is to get into your body, right? I mean, like, cancer's good because, I mean, fuck cancer, but cancer spreads when it gets into your body. When it gets to certain organs, it's over. It just starts spreading and everything's shutting down. So when you get into the building, you can actually get into the artist. You know, it's perception. For example, I reach out to an artist and say, yo, I want to fuck with you. They're like, but if I reach out, then my biography says president of Capital or SVP of whatever, they're more receptive to listen. See what I'm saying? It's perception. Right. So when you're listening, it's my job to try to really teach and show you the way and show you it's other ways than just fuck my ops and I'm smoking on this, smoking on that, I'm going to kill you, suck my dick, yada, yada. Yeah, that's the music, I understand it, but you don't always got to go that route with the music. You just be music, be entertaining, and figure out other options to make it make more sense.
Because of the fact that music, especially to the younger generations, isn't just music, and it's words towards each other. Um, why do you think that why do you think that the culture, there's not a balance? Like, why do you think there's not more J. Cole's as opposed to that are promoted, as opposed to, like your gangster rapper?
I mean, I can't say. I don't know why. I mean, maybe the music sounds better. It comes across better. It gives a different energy. Everybody know violence sells. From America sells violence. Look at all the movies. You know what I mean? Look at all the gangster movies we watch. Yeah. New Jersey Drives and Gangster's Paradise and all these gangster movies. They sell because I mean, gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I don't make the rules. Gangster just sells, and maybe the
Yeah.
other music, which I mean, is still big, but the young kids, they young, fast, they on that ha ha rah rah. They don't give a fuck about that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. I mean, NWA been doing it. Brick Squad did it. The Chief Keef and them did it. The Drill did it. It's just what sells. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't make those rules. I don't know.
No, I feel you. It's always been just an interesting thought to me.
I mean, ask yourself why you listen to that kind of music. I'm not saying that's what you do, but I'm sure you do. I listen to it. I mean, NBA Young was one of my favorite rappers. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I grew up on Tupac and everything.
Sounds good in my ear. I mean, the cadence sounds good to me. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's a fact. I like to put that out there and have that question asked just for the audience. Always to take that in the consideration in the mind. But no, it's this. All of the things that you're saying is very important. It's very imperative for the audience to hear, because I talk to a lot of kids who have who struggle with that self-motivation and self-esteem, and it's one of the biggest things that I've observed in this conversation alone, Bird, is just your self-motivation and self-confidence in the way that you attack things, and that's a phenomenal battery to have in your back. You know what I'm saying? And it shines so brightly. So I appreciate you for that, alone. And just the idea of looking to get into the buildings, where the audience and the spotlights are, to where you can go in and help change things and change the game. Do you feel that being in these buildings will change the people that are within the buildings themselves?
Listen, man, that's a question that's been asked. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not racist, but I would love for more people that look like us to be in these buildings. You know what I'm saying? Because there's something that's always just bugs me. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's not a lot of people that look like us that's calling the shots. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I don't know how it's going to change, when it's going to change. They said it was going to during that whole Blackout Tuesday or whatever shit a year and a half ago, or that should have happened in June last year, or was it 2 years ago? Who knows? I don't know. I can't even answer that question. I'm not going to try a lot of the people who make up a fucking scholar answer to sound positive on this fucking live. I don't know. I mean, I hope one day it does, and I don't know, man. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I don't know, bro.
Got you. Let me flip the script for a moment and talk about just in terms of breaking records and publishing. Can you break down how, in terms of artists being aware of publishing and what it means to have your publishing and masters? As a manager, is that a hard thing? Do you find that as a hard thing to get when it comes to negotiating deals for artists and producers?
All right, that's a great question. All right, so I'm gonna break it down a little. It's complicated, but I'm gonna try to give it in layman terms. If I'm a producer, you're an artist, and we do a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I made the beat, you do the vocals. You own 50% publishing because you sang the song, because you did the vocals. I own 50% publishing because I produced the beat. People get that misconstrued. A producer owns half of the publishing of the song. The artist owns half. So that's 50-50. And if it's two producers, 25-25. Three producers, 16-16-16. That's just easy math.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you said the master thing, right? Everybody's on this new shit. I want to own my masters. I want to own my masters. I want to own my masters. Which is a great thing, because you want to own your copyright. You want to own that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard for you to be a new artist with no, how do I say this? With no real
resume,
and go into a building and ask somebody to fund your career. Give me $200,000, $300,000 advance and a $500,000 deal, recording budget, yada yada yada, and not give them something back. It's give and take.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to take their money, but you don't want them to take nothing from you. So what are you giving them?
Mm-hmm.
But anybody wants to go like, yo, I'm a master, I'm a master, but you have no leverage. These people believe in something that majority of people don't believe in. So that's why they're willing to give you this money in return for those masters. That whole master conversation is so crazy. Even one of my lawyers, shout out to Jonathan Kobe, he broke it down to me. A lot of people say, I own my masters, I own my masters, but you don't even control your masters. And that's it's a sensitive topic because it's deeper than what I'm saying. I don't want to explain it and be wrong. But sometimes you can own your masters and you don't even control your masters, meaning the person that controls your masters has the final say. But yeah, you can own it. Just like you own your house, but you don't fucking control the land the house is under. That's why you're still paying taxes and shit like that. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with this master shit is a lot of people like, yeah, yada, 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 I want my master, this and the third. But what are you giving to the person that's willing to give you all this money? So what are you going to give them? Yeah, we might not blow up. So what happens to my $300,000 I'm investing in you?
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the amnesia most artists tend to get when you do blow up? Like, I did it myself. Shout out myself. What happened to the person that believes and gave it that $300,000 or the $200,000 or the $500,000 recording budget? What happened to that? So that whole master thing, yes, some people do own their masters and control it and all that shit, but majority, they don't. And it's a give and take situation. So know what you're taking and know what you're willing to give up. Everything's negotiation. You don't have to sign nothing. And it's 2021. It's 2021. Every artist should be on YouTube, Google, everything, reading other people's contracts, because some of it's public knowledge, reading about the lawsuits people went through with publishing and master rights and how people try to win them back and fight them back and get them back. Study that shit. Nobody's putting a gun to your head and telling you, hey, sign your life away to me or sign your masters. You're agreeing to that because they're putting that money in front of you. But if you really need that money, then don't sign that contract. But when you do sign that contract and you're like, oh, I don't got my master, you happen to blow up and become a big artist, don't complain and be upset. Because you know what you were signing into when your lawyer explained it to you. But you were so Google Gaga for that money, you didn't give a fuck. But then when the highs slowed down and you really sat back like, yo, I signed up with my masters, man, I could be making this much money and doing this and the third. But you took that $300,000. Where's that money and that chance that person took on you? Because that person, at the end of the day, the minute they give you that money, they're down negative 300. You're up positive 300. So they're losing. They need something to get that money back. Because if they drop you, if you say, you know what, I don't want to rap no more, they're out of $300,000. So now they have the masters where they can maybe potentially get some of that money back. But people don't think that far because they only think about what they see on social media or what the homie's telling them or what another manager who's probably trying to sneak into their fucking business is telling them. They don't really sit down and really try to learn and understand the game. That's why I told all artists, don't rush to sign nothing. Get a lawyer and have them explain everything to you. And if something doesn't feel right for you, don't sign it. But if you sign it, live with the fucking decision you made and stop going online and talking shit and disrespecting the label or the major label or the independent label you signed to or your manager because you fucking signed it. Nobody fucking threatened you or put a gun to your head and told you to do it. So when you do it, you made your bed lying that motherfucker.
Right. Now, when in terms of you know, marketing, because it's such a overflooded game and nothing is sticking anymore. Everything is like a fly by night. What's the best advice you could give to artists and producers when it comes to marketing and branding?
That all comes from the kind of artist you are. So like if you're an artist who talks about flashy stuff, of course your marketing has to be flashy. You know, the jewelry, the fast lifestyle, the cars, the girls. It all depends on the kind of artist you are. If you're an artist who talks about, I don't know, saving the world, I bet not ever see you doing no crazy shit on your thing. So whatever marketing works with your brand, it's very important. Build a brand around yourself. That's how you should market. So with producers, they have something called type beats, and that became a big issue in the music business the last like few years, where they're like, this is a Drake type beat or a Future type beat. To me, it's great marketing because if Future's ever on the internet and writes his name Future or with a beat, you're beating up because it says Future type beat. But people didn't really like that. But to me, I feel like it's like marketing genius. I'm directly to the consumer. So if I want a LeBron James type beat, I'm going to put it in my title on my beat, LeBron James type beat. So when LeBron James, I'm just using his name, go and look for something, it will pop up. And to me, that's just great marketing. But with marketing comes with branding. You have to know who is your audience, who you want to target and market to. You can't be talking about, I don't know, technology. You can't be talking about iPhones all day or TikTok all day in your music and expect old people to get jiggy with you because they're not in that category. So you gotta, that's your brand, market towards the younger kids. You gotta know your audience, know who you're targeting, know who you want to listen to your music, who you want to be a part of your music. And once you figure that out, you'll know, okay, this is how I need a brand and shit. Like branding is very, 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 very important. Like my name is BIRDMAN ZOE. I'm gonna break it down. BIRDMAN. I got the name BIRDMAN because I'm gonna be honest, I'm a BIRDMAN fan. I'm a Cash Money fan. Like if you know me, you know I like to stunt. So that's my brand. Is like flash. I got a nice car. I dress nice. I got jewelry. That's my brand. The ZOE. I'm Haitian, so I'm always gonna have a Haitian flag in me. So that's what I'm branding to my ZOEs, my Haitian people. My name BIRDMAN. I can't even say my name's BIRDMAN and I pull up to the fucking party looking like far from BIRDMAN. Then it's like I'm going against my own brand. See what I'm saying?
Right, right.
For artists that, you know, you do gangster music, your brand is going to be more towards the gangsters. You're not going to be advertising your music to, you know, the little middle America white kids. I mean, of course, they're going to love it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you got to make sure your brand follows what you're saying and who you really want to be and who you want people to perceive you as. Don't come out as, yeah, I'm gangster this, I'm killing this, killing that. And when the brand of that attracts to you, you're like, nah, that's not what I really want to be about. Then why are you marketing yourself like that? So those two go hand in hand. They're very important. Know your brand. Know the kind of music you want to go out. Know who you want your audience to be. And from there, you'll know how to market yourself. And never give up. Like, just because you put a song out today and it didn't get 1 million plays, don't give up on the song. Some of these songs we like now, we don't know when they were recorded. You want to know something crazy? The Lemonade came out August 2020. That song, and shout out to Jazzy, was created and wrote by Johnny Yukon, E. True, Taz Taylor, and Jazzy, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not forgetting nobody's name. In 2017, it was resampled and recut by Don Toliver, who gave it a different cadence, and the song came out to becoming the biggest record of 2020, in my opinion, Lemonade, which is still going strong in 2021. Give up on the song. The song came out and it did what it was supposed to do. They re-brought it to life with a different cadence, and it became #1. Never give up. You never know what's going to come from what. A song might come out today, and look at the Falling record. It came out 2018. It went #1 in 2020. See what I'm saying? Never give up.
But how long should, what's the time frame would you say an artist / producer or should push a record, or should they just continue to just release music constantly because of the fact that people are on to the next thing? What's next?
You should always keep releasing and keeping your fans happy with new content, but don't be scared to promote your old content. Like for example, I forgot Dolph's first song. I forgot what was, rest in peace, Young Dolph. His first song was like, I forgot the name of it. It might have been Get Paid.
Get Paid, huh?
If you look at his mixtapes, he was dropping new music, and the last track with a star next to it will be Get Paid. He did like 4 straight times because that was the single he was pushing. So he was still dropping videos, still putting out new music, and on the bottom of every mixtape might have been like 12, 13, 14 songs. Track number 15 will be Get Paid. Drop another mixtape, track number 15 will be Get Paid. 2 Chainz did the same thing with Ride Around, I'm Getting It. He had it on that one mixtape, dropped another mixtape, still had it on the same thing because that's the song he was pushing. Still giving you new music, new videos, but also puts that same song and throws it back at you. Nobody knows. That's the beauty of this business. You don't know. I don't know. The audience, nobody knows what's going to be hot or not. We don't know. So why would you just give up on that? You just never know. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
Look at Pokemon cards. They came out when we were kids. The last 2 years, people making thousands and thousands of dollars on Pokemon cards. The people who had it, they didn't give up on their shit, left it in the nice little plastics and the binders, and now they're cashing out. You never know. You just never know.
Mixtapes. You mentioned mixtapes. Is this still cool to drop mixtapes?
I mean, it's just a different platform. Like we had live mixtapes, Dat Piff.
Yeah, I remember that.
At the other site. That's how it used to come out. But now you have social media, and I'm sorry, you have DSPs, Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, and Tidal and shit. It's different platforms. You can drop music. You can call them mixtapes. It's just not on a mixtape circuit, but beauty now is you can get paid for your mixes because your song is free forever, and you'll get paid for it. And when you blow up, God willing, one day, all of you go back into your old catalogs and restream them, and whatever you drop prior will just keep going up, and you'll get more money, and you'll just have more music out. So people don't call them mixtapes anymore; they call them EPs or whatever. But there's nothing wrong with dropping mixtapes. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, now here's another question regarding the type beats and the YouTube content. Artist gets a beat, right? They go into the studio, they're recording over a lot of
phone
type beats. They might get a lease on it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so artists, a lot of artists are getting beats off of, say they get beats off of YouTube, type beats, right? Boom, go in the studio, record it. They put it out, and they're releasing a lot of these records. A lot of these kids don't have the funds to maybe get the exclusives on this. So what benefit does it still add to them to just release the record? And what's the best way for them to protect themselves when it comes for putting out content, like that you may have like you may have got a lease to it, or you may have just got it, recorded it, boom, put it out? Because I've had conversations with people about that before, and I want your perspective on that.
That's a good question, right? So everything's negotiations. You might not have the money to pay for the exclusive. You gotta get the lease. Reach out to the producer. Let them know your situation. Maybe give him a higher royalty. Maybe give him a little more publishing, or tell him he could be part of the song. So if you're the producer and your name is Poland and I'm the artist, maybe I could put artists featuring Poland. Like, there's a lot of ways to make it make sense where the producer's not getting the short end of the stick. You can offer him higher royalties, or okay, I put the song out, I do the marketing, and we split it 50-50. Can I get the exclusive? It's negotiations. If you don't ask, you never know. So don't just say, I don't got the money and it's not going to work. Just ask, negotiate. Try to figure out different ways. Maybe tell them, tell them, I'll give you a free verse, and if you want to release music yourself, you have my clearance for this song. It's just different ideas you can come up with. You just got to be smart about it. And sometimes they might say no, and maybe you just move on to another producer. There's a lot of producers out there that would love to give you free records, as long as they can have their name, their credit, their publishing, and they can be a part of something. So just figure it out, see what works best for you, and just don't give up because one person says no. There's a million other doors to open.
That's dope. It's an off-topic question. I was in another town, right? I was in my hometown, and I went to a press-up store where they do the posters and discs and everything. And long story short, they're still pressing CDs down there. Do CDs still matter?
I mean, I know middle of America, some people, they don't like technology. They don't want to have an iPhone, or they don't have money to pay for Spotify and stuff like that. So if you have a few extra dollars, you guerrilla market, get some CDs, bring it to some CD shops. You'll be surprised in the South, some places, they still have CD shops. It sounds crazy to us, but everybody doesn't use technology like how we use it in New York, or, the more bigger cities. So guerrilla marketing, like, this is like getting posters and stickers. There's an audience for everything. There's a place for everything. I'm not saying go get 1 million CDs and, go pass them out, but if there's places that still use CDs, why not bring 500 CDs over? It might cost you, what, $100? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Marketing. Drop some CDs off, and some people might buy it. You just never know. Who knows?
That's crazy, man. Yeah, it's very, very interesting, man. So this hour flies by fast, man. This has been a super dope conversation. And it's so dope to see all the people that's tapping in and just dropping a lot of questions, and just really, really tapped into this conversation. I want to bring you back, bro. Next year, I'm about to escalate to my Crown Talk.
This is the second time I've ever been on live since I've had Instagram. Second time ever been on live.
Really?
Swear to God, yes. Second. I don't remember my first, but I don't want to say it's my first. So it's my second time. Swear to God.
No, sir. Man, I pay attention to the people, a lot of the people behind the scenes, man, who turn a lot of wheels and stuff. And you, like I said, you're someone who's always stuck in my mind from the day that we met 5-6 years ago. You know, and it's crazy because the world gets smaller. You know, the more you start to recognize people and just bump into people, and it's like, damn, like it's crazy to see how that is. But I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you because everyone, I'm looking at the comments and everyone who's tuned into this, and man, this is just exactly what I expect. I expected this to be for the people who tapped in and get these gems from you. What is next for you? What's the biggest thing that's next for you right now?
Breaking up. The phone breaking up.
Okay.
The biggest thing that's next to me right now, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? The biggest thing next to me right now is finishing up this paperwork for this next Internet Money album that we're supposed to be dropping the spring of 2022, spring, summer. So it's going to be like Taz is trying to go crazy with like 30 to 40 songs. So that's the next biggest thing, man. I don't know if you guys tuned in, but NBA Youngboy, he was in Clubhouse the other day talking about a record called Flossin' that, I mean, by the grace of God, we got everything in order. We can drop soon. But that's the biggest thing for me right now. I'm trying to clear all these side artist agreements, producer agreements, get label waivers and clearances for this album that we're trying to drop. The first album we dropped, we had like 4 or 5 platinum singles, with Lemonade being one of them, about to be like 5 times platinum now. The album went gold, so we did great for a group of producers dropping the album. We're trying to double that with our sophomore project, so that's what it's in our baskets right now. We all going extra hard with that, getting the records in. Shout out Fabio, he just did a record yesterday. I'm not gonna say who the feature is, but he just did the record for us yesterday, and we have a lot of dope records in store. So that's the next biggest thing for us. This Internet Money album. We're trying to really do what we did the first time. I don't want to compare, so in case it doesn't happen, and we're like, we flop. We're just trying to give more music that the fans like, the people like, and that's gonna make history like we did in the summer of August 2020.
I got some people asking, how do they get in touch with you?
I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram all day long. My email. I'm on Twitter all day. I'm up every day, 7 o'clock in the morning, talking about tweet shit, my stock shit, my crypto shit. I respond back. I'm not no fucking cocky person. I'm here. Like, I'm there. Like, seriously. Anybody who knows me, you reach out to me, I'm answering your questions and yada, yada, yada. I mean, I get a lot of Instagram DMs. So sometimes I don't see everybody, but sometimes you can comment on my page. I might see it, or send me an email. I read all my emails, and that's how you contact me.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Hody? 821 40 Projects. What up, baby? Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just kind of going through this. I know. The man's here. He's not hard to reach at all. Do you feel like a lot of people in the industry are starting to become like that, where they're a lot easier to reach?
It's just changed because the people with the people who are cooler now are getting the voices, but a lot of people still Hollywood and shit. I mean, everybody's not gonna be like me, and that's not the way I am. I'm not a norm. Most people, talk to my assistant or email me later or yada yada yada. I'm just different because I'm just me. Like, I don't. I mean, like I said, I'm regular, man. I don't let this shit change who I am. I've always been who I've been. Whoever knows me from wherever they know me from, they know this didn't make me the new Birdman. I've been Birdman. Everybody knows, so this doesn't change or give me a new ID card. I've been the same person. So with or without new money, a new talent, a new fucking, I don't know, a new portfolio, it doesn't change me. So that's why I'm regular. And I'm not saying it's the norm, because everybody's not gonna be like that, but that's just me, and it is what it is. I can't speak for nobody else. So you see me in the streets, I'm gonna see you. You probably gonna see me in the strip club, because that's where I'm always at. You're gonna see me in Miami with my ZOEs. You know what I mean? Say what's up. I mean, as long as you don't look too threatening, you be all right. You be cool.
Word. Man, is there anything else you wanna leave with the people?
I do this on every interview now.
Mm-hmm.
All people learn about stocks, cryptos, this metaverse. Where we come from, we don't know about stocks. It's not the norm. We're not taught this. I know I wasn't taught this. My parents is immigrants. My dad died when I was 1. I'm Haitian descendant. We're not taught the stock shit. No disrespect, it's a white man's sport. But now it's a sport where everybody can play. Learn about stocks, learn about crypto, read books about it, just Google something, learn about it, invest your money. It will change your life. I promise you. That's the last thing I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna reach out to you too, because I'm gonna set up a NFT conversation and stocks and Bitcoins.
I'm not big on NFTs and shit, and I'm not a stock broker. But I would tell people, fuck with the stocks, though. Fuck with stocks. Period. Whatever you do, just fuck with stocks. Not stockbroker. I'm not giving stock tips. All I can say is I do. I'm glad I learned it. I'm glad they taught it to me, and everybody should do it too. Like I was saying, I'm not a big into NFTs. I just know that's the new norm, and the whole crypto shit. I fuck with Ethereum. You know what I mean? It's a good thing to buy. In my opinion, I'm not a stockbroker, but fuck with the stocks. Period, man. Whatever you can do, Google it, learn about it, ask a friend, ask your parents, ask your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever. Ask them about stocks. Pick up a book, figure it out, and just try it. Just try to invest, man. That's the best advice I can give anybody. Try the stocks, man. It changed my life. I know it can change everybody else's life also.
Okay, but real quick before I let Bird go, because I don't want to keep him too long. I know a lot of people had questions that they kind of dropped in the chat. This is the first time I've ever done something like this, so I'm gonna give you a good couple minutes. Put your questions down at the bottom. If Bird sees it and he wants to answer it, he's more than welcome to. Because I know some of y'all probably had some questions that y'all were asking. Bird, you know, where's your favorite place to be? As far and in terms of markets, in terms of being here in New York versus being in LA, I know you probably bi-coastal a lot.
Yeah, I buy coaching to my clients in LA, but I love being in New York. That's where I'm from. I feel like New York is just business, and I mean, I love being in New York. You know what I'm saying? But the music business, the creators, they're in LA. You know what I mean? I'm the black and white. I'm the executive side. I'm not doing music. I go to the studio, but I'm not there doing bars and recording and making beats. So LA creators are in LA, but you can create anywhere. But I just know everybody moves to LA, and that's where they be at. I'm in New York City. It's big business. I mean, New York City is all about business. I'm black and white business, hands on deck. That's what I do. But where I like being in Miami, man. Catch me in booby trap in the strip club.
Miami, yeah, Zoho, huh? that's the Zoho. I had someone who asked a question. They asked, what is something that you know now that you wish you knew when you were younger?
Something I know now, I wish I knew when I was younger, first started the music business.
Yeah.
Ownership. I didn't know how important ownership was, but I'm glad I know now. But having ownership, you know, signing things early and having your name on something is very important because you can pass it down generations and you own something. Like something, no matter what happens, you're gone tomorrow, here today, gone tomorrow. You're still part of that because you own it. So ownership is very, very, very important. Somebody asked you, Bird, how did you originally meet Taz and get this deal with Alamo? I met Taz in 2016. He was arguing with Ninth Wonder on Twitter. So shout out to Ninth Wonder. I DM'd Taz. We spoke for 5 hours, and we never looked back since 5 years ago in November 2016. Alamo, Zeke. I believe it was a guy named Zeke. Zeke, I don't want to say his last name wrong. Hirschberg. Sorry, Zeke. What's up, Zeke? He was the A&R at Alamo. He was fucking with Taz. We had a meeting. They did the deal. We was fucking with them, and the rest was history. So shout out Alamo, Todd, and Zeke.
What's the worst advice that someone ever gave you in the industry?
I'm not gonna say I've got bad advice. Maybe the advice that I probably tweaked and did things a little different than what they told me. But there's nothing that's bad advice. You just gotta listen to what they're saying. Don't just go do it head first. Pay attention to it, study it, analyze it, and figure out how to make it make sense. So I never really got no bad advice. I'm not gonna sit here and say somebody told me fucking go left when I could have went right. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not about negativity at all. Joey Merritt, can you connect with another place like TD Ameritrade? Yes, TD Ameritrade is good for stocks. Webull, Robinhood, I like it because it's like stock for dummies. That's where I learned how to do it from, how to do my stocks. Then I got Morgan Stanley. You can get Webull. You can get Coinbase for all the crypto stuff. There's so many different platforms. Whatever works best for you. At the end of the day, it's about what works best for you. Infamous Zoe, that's my older brother, y'all. What are some of the most important things someone look for in signing an artist? Look for somebody who's going to be a hard worker. Everybody has some kind of talent in their body, but everybody's going to have a hard working, dedication soul, meaning they can sign a deal today and then you never see or hear from them again. So get an artist who's going to want to work hard and wants to get to that next level. That's why when we talk about big artists, we only speak about Drake, Kendrick Lamar's, and J. Cole's, because for some reason there's the same names we always bring up because those guys are working hard. So talent, everybody has, but I'd rather somebody who has drive, who has talent but has drive and has ethics and morals and works like a motherfucker. Because the person that works hard is always going to beat talent no matter what.
Can you touch on gaining respect with the labels to get them to understand the vision that you're trying to bring to the table?
I when you pop an artist off on your own with no help and no trajectory, the label's gonna respect your shit because you did it without no help. So if you really wanna walk with your, if you really wanna walk with your shit out, do something without the help and make it make sense, make it pop, make it go, and then now you're in demand and you're not demanding. So it's a big difference. If somebody asks, my shit, it's a lot of questions. How can an artist get with no leverage but has a vision to break a deal? You just gotta try, man. Like if you got no leverage, you just gotta try. Like put songs out. Look at Capella Gray. That's my homie. Shout out to Capella Gray.
Yeah.
Tried. Like he put a song out, like he said, he was on Clubhouse, people didn't believe his shit. He got the last laugh. He got a major deal with Capitol Records. Shout out Solomon and Jeff Vaughn and Nico and Justin and Velli. They managed him. He signed to that company. They believed in him. Now he has a deal. He had one of the biggest songs with #1 on urban radio and rhythmic radio, I believe. He had nothing. He just believed. His team believed. They put the music out. It worked, and God blessed them. Simple. Hard work always pays off.
Paid in full. Send me a message, man. We can talk about getting you into platinum.
Shout out Jerry Wonder, my man Fonz at Platinum Sounds. Yes. My folks right there. Somebody asked, I don't know, my shit is too much questions. I can't see it.
Bird, honestly, bro, like this some of the most questions I've gotten in one of my Crown Talks.
I'll answer 3 more. The next 3 come up. I got you.
Three more. I'm gonna let Bird choose. He can choose whatever he wants.
All right, look. So look, does image play a big part? Image play because at the end of the day, so for example, most artists want to attract the girls, and the girls want the guys that look good and smell good and dress good, and they just want that because you're singing to the ladies most times, and how do you get the ladies? You got to attract what they want. So image plays a big part. I'm not saying you got to be dripped up or the best looking, the tallest, or tall, dark, and handsome. I'm not saying none of that stuff. But take care of your image, and it will repay you back. That's just my opinion. Not a fact. It's my opinion.
Health. That which goes to health.
Health. Work out too. Look. I'm not the most healthy, but I drink some water. Work out too. Drink water. Health. Because when you're on that microphone and you're in the booth, you can hold vocals better and you can record better if you got stamina. So yes, get on the treadmill, go outside, run, have a good health. Yes, I agree with that.
That's very important. I'm actually happy to see like rappers and a lot of industry professionals really talking about health.
Shout out Quantrell. Am I signing artists? Right now, the truth is I'm not signing artists because I'm focused on what I have in front of me. Not saying I won't ever sign artists, but as of right now, I'm not going to sit here and lie like I am. No, I'm not signing artists. But if something is that crazy where I'm going to be dumb to pass it up, hey, I might take a little dabble. But as of right now, no, I'm not signing artists. That's just the truth.
All right, one more. Bird's going to choose. Let's see.
Yeah, you're right. Don't focus on ladies. Focus on yourselves. I wasn't saying focus on ladies. I'm just saying that's what girls like. I don't make those rules up. It's just, it is what it is. But yeah, focus on yourself. Definitely shout out to you. Focus on yourself.
Oh, that's a good one, Bird.
I'm the A&O from Juan Bills. Yeah, shout out Juan Bills. We was in the studio with him the other day. Shout out my man Vok too. We was in the studio with Juan Bills. He's dope from the Bronx. I feel like he's the next Bronx drill artist or artist to pop off in New York. So shout out to Juan Bills.
Someone's asking about a Internet Money beat pack.
Internet, what's up, Bird? With Internet Money beat pack, not attached, but one of the upcoming producers. So look, instead of reaching out to me, why don't you? It's 40 of them. Reach out to the up and coming ones and build the real relationship. I can say, yo, send a beat pack to this person. And they're like, okay, Bird, and send it when they want to. You reach out to them. Maybe they like basketball or they post the sneakers. Talk to them like humans. Don't just reach out like, hey, like a transaction. I need beats. Build a relationship, build a friendship. Then they start sending you beats like it's no tomorrow. And now you guys have a real relationship. Build real relationships. Stop just trying to make everything a transaction. Yo, I need beats. I need the vocal. I need the beat. People are humans. Ask them how was their day. Maybe they like the color green. Maybe they like spaghetti or some shit. Build real relationships, and you'll get real results.
And there you have it, Birdman. Thank you for it, man.
Shout out my man Not So Thug and VVX Dre too, man. Not So Thug is in Georgia. My man Dre from Atlanta. From Detroit. Vice versa, man. I fuck with them. Not So Thug. And shout out to you in Georgia. He's definitely an artist coming up in Atlanta. Pay attention to him too.
All right, bro. Man, thank you for tuning in, bro. Thank you for to everyone who's tuned in and dropped some dope bomb questions. I hope you got a lot of advice from Bird. And if you tuned in late, play the conversation over again. You'll be able to watch it. This is one of the dopest, livest conversations that we have. Boss, I'm gonna definitely have to tap in with you again, bro.
Shout out to
top of 2020, man.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
And shout out to YouTube for having me. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out, salute.
Man, nah, bro. Thank you again, man. Thank you for taking time to do this. I know you got a million things on your plate
Yeah,
that you
I
got to
got a
do,
million
boss.
missed calls. My girl
Yeah.
probably think I'm cheating on her. She calling me. I'm sending her the voicemail. So shout out to
Nah, but
everybody, man. Everybody, salute to y'all, man.
they appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you
All right,
for
man.
letting
God
this be
bless
your
everybody.
second
Happy
interview.
holidays. And look, nobody give up, man. I'm not the end all be all. Everybody's God in hand. Nobody give up. Believe in your dreams and keep going and get them stocks, man. That's the last thing I'm gonna tell you. God bless. Good night.
Tap in soon.
All right, tap in, y'all.
All right,
Salute.
boss. Thank you again.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tapping in. This has been my fourth Crown Talk edition. This was dope. This was a really dope conversation. Had a lot of people tuned in and some really dope questions. And some of those questions that y'all were asking was answered early in the conversation. So after this live ends, you'll be able to replay this over again. And man, if you haven't checked out any of the other ones, check them out. If you're not following me, make sure you are following me now. My name is Jay Catalyst. I'm an artist, and I'm also a brand owner. I manage a brand called We Are Crown Etiquette. I got artists on there as well, some dope individuals that y'all need to check out. But these Crown Talk conversations, man, I'm doing them once a month. I got more dope special guests lined up. If you haven't seen the guests that I had on before, my first guest was DMC of Run DMC. So go back and check out that conversation in itself. That was fire. I had DMC, like I said, I had DMC. I had Ja Bourne, who was Erykah Badu's producer, and I had Lorenzo, who's a fire engineer. I worked with him over at Quad Studios, and he's now over at 1500 over in LA. So there's going to be more dope information coming, more dope guests. And as far as music go, we dropping a lot of dope music. We got a lot of things in the work. And if you're in New York City, make sure you're following my page and tap in with me, because I got some dope shit that's going to be going down when I start setting up events too. So I'm definitely going to be looking to tap in with artists to come and perform. If you are in the city and you need an engineer, holler at me. I'm over at Platinum Sound Recording Studios. I would love to see some of you guys in person who were tuned in tonight. I think this was dope as hell. And now some of the names that I've seen through the timeline, I definitely gonna keep an eye out for you guys. Shoot me a DM, man, if y'all want to tap in offline. I'm reachable, I'm approachable. You can find me anywhere in the city, man, or you can find me here. If I'm not here, I'm in Texas. So bro, thank you all for tuning in. This was dope. This was a dope conversation. So, and on that note, this has been Crown Talk, and I will see y'all again soon. My name is Jay Catalyst. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow We Are Crown Etiquette, and I'll see y'all again soon. Peace.